Fox News host Greg Gutfeld got some pushback from correspondent Benjamin Hull on Tuesday when he accused the media of overhyping the war in Ukraine to generate an emotional reaction from viewers that he believed may not be true. Take a look at the Fox News clip.
I sense, Greg, in you a conflict that you don't know, you're not convinced with the prevailing narrative.
That's a pretty good assessment. I can feel the galvanizing force of these stories that kind of have sped up and are accumulating to create a narrative, and they only go in one direction. And I understand why they only go in one direction, because it's the invaded who experience the atrocity, right? And that's all we're going to see. However, I can't help but feel that this is a lot like other stories that we've gone through in the digital age, in which an image is taken and then played over and over and over again to create some kind of emotional response out of you, because that makes a profit for news companies, right? So we had, for a long period of time there, we saw nothing but videos of police brutality. And then over time, we discovered the mundane reality that police were interacting with suspects in high crime areas, and that led to certain kinds of problems. That's the mundane reality. But instead, we were pummeled with images of police brutality, which led for a year of riots. There's some good things and some bad things coming out of this era. This is like a crisis that you're seeing in the digital age. So that means if there's almost a self-healing capacity around the world, everybody can join in and do something about it. I think that's really good, whether it's like humanitarian or what. We're all seeing it at the same time. There are crises like this that have happened for thousands of years and nobody knew. We just didn't know, but now we see it.
Shortly afterward, Fox checked in with Hall, who was actually on the ground in Kiev.
Yeah, good evening, Judge. And speaking as someone on the ground, I want to say that this is not the media trying to drum up some emotional response. This is absolutely what's happening. From the cities of Kharkiv to Mariupol to Chernihiv, they are being absolutely flattened. And from all corners of this country, people are fleeing for safety. 2 million of them, as you say, so far have gone. And in the city of Mariupol, people are drinking water from puddles because the Russian forces haven't allowed them to get out. When they have tried to get out, they are shelled, those routes are mined, the Red Cross buses have been unable to get in. It is an absolute catastrophe, and the people caught in the middle are the ones who are really suffering. And don't take it from my words, take it from the words of some of those who are trying to flee. Have a listen.
We're just saving our lives, and that's it. That's all we can do here.
What have you left behind?
Our families, everything. Everything is... We have 2 bags, and that's it.
Gutfeld's rant about the media ginning up emotional responses to Ukraine is striking, given that it comes shortly after Gutfeld revealed that his own mother-in-law had successfully escaped from Ukraine to flee the violence unleashed by the Russian military. USA Today reports that the Kremlin threatened retaliation for the economic war it accused the U.S. of waging, and power was cut to the Chernobyl nuclear power plant Wednesday as Russia's assault on Ukraine entered its 3rd week. A plan for Poland to provide fighter jets to Ukraine was in doubt after the Polish government said it would give all of its Soviet-built MiG-29 fighter jets to the U.S., apparently to allow them to be used by Ukraine's military. The Pentagon dismissed the idea as not tenable. The Polish Prime Minister said Wednesday during a visit to Vienna that Poland is not a side in this war, and NATO is not a side in this war. Such a serious decision like handing over planes must be unanimous and unequivocally taken by all of the North Atlantic Alliance. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov called any plans by the West to provide jets to Kiev a very undesirable and potentially dangerous scenario. Across much of Ukraine on Wednesday, efforts to rescue civilians from grim conditions were once again underway. Days of shelling have largely cut residents of the southern city of Mariupol off from the outside world and forced them to scavenge food and water. In the Ukraine capital of Kiev, air raid sirens blared as officials bolstered defenses in key cities where Russian troops have laid siege, trapping civilians inside with little or no food, water, or medicine. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to visit us at rawstory.com. And if you'd like to see more of the Raw Report, please like and subscribe, and join others who like their news raw too.